When Roy Davidson was only 31, his doctor told him he had the worst case of multiple bleeding ulcers he had ever seen. After a specialist examination, it was clear that surgery was not an option. The ulcers were so severe that removing them would cause extensive damage, and there would always be scar tissue, even if medicine could heal the ulcers.
I just worked with pain. I lived with pain. I slept with pain. I ate with pain. I partied with pain. I swam with pain. Wherever we went, I just had pain for all those years. It never went away.
Roy quit his stressful corporate job and searched for a simpler life. During this break, he decided to go on a missions trip to Haiti.
And it was while we were there that I had the worst attack of these ulcers. I had the worst problem ever. And when we got down there, one day I couldn't go to work. I couldn't walk. And this was like a knife stabbing pain, an aggravating pain, and a gnawing pain. And I could remember the doctors telling me that if they couldn't control the bleeding, if they couldn't get the ulcers under control, that a condition like that could be fatal. It could kill you.
The men on the missions trip offered to pray for Roy's healing. He declined. Instead, he decided to tough it out.
To be honest with you, I didn't give them enough credit for it. I thought, well, gosh, these are just common guys. How could they heal anybody?
After almost 2 days of intense pain, Roy finally asked the group to pray.
So I can remember laying there and thinking when these guys walked in to pray for me that I can remember saying to God, well, God, now I'm just going to listen to this and just see if I think there's anything to it. And the guy walks in the room with an empty bottle of Mazola oil. And I thought, oh, good grief. This is the crowning insult. They're going to anoint me with cooking oil.
The pastor applied a touch of oil to Roy's forehead. That single action was a turning point in his life.
The whole room started spinning. I started getting real dizzy, and I couldn't see a thing. I could hear them. They were all praying in tongues, and all of a sudden, I saw myself way up like in the corner of the room, and I'm looking down, and I'm laying on an army cot. And I could see myself. It was like they call those out-of-body experiences.
Roy woke up hours later. The pain was gone.
And I noticed my stomach. It felt funny, but it didn't hurt. And I noticed that I wasn't having any bleeding that day. And I wasn't having any pain, really. It was kind of gone.
Roy's specialist took another look at his stomach. He confirmed that the multiple bleeding ulcers were gone.
I was quite surprised to find that there was nothing there. I mean, it basically looked normal. What I thought was strange, and still do, I really didn't even find some of the scar tissue which had previously been there.
Roy has lived ulcer-free and pain-free for the past 13 years, and he's quick to share his testimony of God's healing power.
God chose to reveal himself to me. I didn't even know what to look for. I wouldn't have known what to look for. You never know when he's going to move or when he's going to do something. So I couldn't talk enough or testify enough about God and what he does or what he can do. And my life has just been a joy ever since.